Just a second. So yeah, hello everyone. Hope you all are doing well and safe, and welcome to this webinar. I'm Akansha Sahay, Project Manager at RehabPath India office. We are a Madison-based startup with the mission to fight addiction and mental health by connecting people to the right rehabilitation center. And currently we are working with around 1,700 rehabilitation centers. So in today's webinar, we'll be talking about Maria Ashiana, which is a rehabilitation center and provides free treatment to people who are unprivileged. So it mainly targets the youth. And our guest speaker is Father Xavier, who is the owner of the center. And we have Rajnandini, who is a psychologist and is also a part of the RehabPath India team. And she'll be driving rest of the conversation for today. So this is going to be an 1-hour session. Please feel free to drop your questions on our Zoom channel and on our Facebook page. Thank you so much. Over to you, Rajnandini.
Thank you, Akansha, for that short and sweet introduction. And I welcome you again, Father Xavier. It's really nice to see you and be talking to you here today. So before we go into our topic and talk about Maria Ashiana, could you tell our audience a little bit about yourself and what inspired you to get into addiction treatment?
First of all, it's only gratitude. Gratitude for all that has been and all that is. And even at this moment, I'm grateful to God what's happening. And with that note, thank you for rehabs.in, others, Rajnandini and Akansha, wonderful. Small, little NGO, small people, but you have picked up and you're brought to this. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. About myself, I am Father Xavier. I'm a Salesian of Don Bosco priest. And I've been working with underprivileged children from 1982. In 1982, I was a young man in Nirmala Niketan. And the plight of the children on the street, the pains and what they were going through were really building a lot of frustration in me. And I was a young student in Nirmala Niketan and started a new project for street children in the campus. And after that, we moved on to Don Bosco, the Don Bosco province in Mumbai. And on the other side, together with this frustration and the difficulties, there was an inspiration of Don Bosco. 150 years ago, Don Bosco went through the same situation in Turin. He started working with the street children. He started a pilot project. He spent his time with the street children, and a small little work replicated, grew, and became so big. Today, we have this work in 133 countries, and India is only one. And my dear friends, that was the inspiration. One man, Don Bosco, he said, I will give my life so that I can transform these children on the street. So that is my inspiration, and that is the strength from where I operate. And together with that, I had such wonderful people around me. I had spent so many wonderful years, and I'm still enjoying being with the ruthless and the ruthless.
That does sound very inspiring. So I think that's how you got inspired and started Maria Ashiana. So I would like to know more about how it was started and how the journey has been for you so far.
Well, as I told you, first, I had an experience in Nirmala Niketan, the college itself, right? It was new. Hardly any NGO in Mumbai was working for the street children in 1982. A lot of time spent on the streets, under the flyovers, on the beaches, red light areas, and so on. We learned a lot and lot and lot. And with this, we also started this in Don Bosco, that is Shelter Don Bosco. And when we started Shelter Don Bosco, it was like an open house where the rootless street children could come and go. They could come for a wash, they could come for a bath, they could come for a health care, they could come to just chit chat. And this was an address for them. And slowly we started taking smaller boys. And what we used to find was most of them had a common problem, and that was addiction. Started with the tukadi bidis, that is thrown away bidis, to smoking, charas, ganja, liquor, glue sniffing, whatnot. Before we could do anything with them, we had to do something. But unfortunately, we could not find any help at that time. Maybe because they were children or they were poor and from the street, I don't know. So we said, we will do something. Together with me, I had a wonderful priest, Father Barnaby D'Souza. He was interested and also equipped. So together, we started a pilot project in Lonavala. And we started learning, we started sending for detox, we started keeping the boys. And after that, what happened was the small place was being filled with the street youth for only healing in addiction. At this stage, mainly Father Barnaby and I was with him, we started developing a 5-stage program. The first one, the lifeline is on the ground, contact centers, meeting the addicts where they are, counseling, prompting, and encouraging them. Second one is the detox, medical detox, because we are not equipped for detox. And the third one is a safe, open, family-centered place where they could get healed. That is, you can say, Maria Ashiana. And the fourth was, we can't just send them out. We need to skill them. And we need to skill them. And after skilling, even in a short training, we need to get them a job and slowly integrate them into the society. This is our 5-stage program, which we started somewhere around 2000. And when it was full, and we came to the new place, and that is the present Don Bosco. Because Don Bosco gave us the place, they gave us the infrastructure, they supported us when no one else. And then some friends came together, and today we are here at Maria Ashiana.
Okay. So I think a lot of effort and hard work and time has gone into what Maria Ashiana is today. So currently, what are the different services that are provided over there?
See, rehab, yeah, there are so many wonderful people, many rehabs.
Right.
It's so easy to get into addiction, whether it's rich, poor, beggars, billionaires, doesn't matter. Just enter, and so smooth and cool. Try coming out. It's not for all. Those who have money, they have the place to go. What when you don't have money? And Maria Ashiana is only and only for those who feel I have no place to go for healing. So first, it's a low-cost healing facility. It's an open house, a place where they can come, they can stay. It is like our home. When you bring poor people, don't treat them as if they are what they were. You give your best, what you have, you share, balanced food, a healthy place, a spacious place, the health care. And I'm very, very happy to say we've got so many wonderful doctors, Cheryl, Vilona, and there are so many, Chanbag, And these are doctors who are ever ready to come and visit our place. We provide them with universal spiritual prayer experience by ourselves. What can we do? And from these clutches of this addiction, it's God's grace with God, people's love, and we can come out. There is a facility for meditation, body dynamics, we call it yoga, and there are other therapeutic process we go through. We need to build the person. We need to get the best out of the people. There's a group living, and we live as brothers. Okay, when I speak, it will sound like, have a piece of heaven come to earth, but we can always try building one. And they also practice healing life, the broken life. And there's a life building exercises that we have, people coming to help them with counseling. And finally, they need to face the world. They need to set up a family. They need to have children of their own. They need to see not only rights, but also responsibilities. They need to see their future today, and they need to work for that. And they have everything in them. And all that we can do is to bring it out. And that is one side. With the family, we also begin to keep connected, counseling, explaining to them. It's not only the youth who needs rehab or healing, but the family needs much, much, much more because they are so much broken. Together with this, we are all normal people, We are tagged, we are criminalized, or we are labeled, but we have lots of fun. We have recreation, entertainments, TV, acting, singing, whatever is possible. And we love people coming to visit us. We also teach them a course on budgeting, because when we go out, it's not only spend quality life, lovely, but see a dream, work for it, budget it, increase your income, and go there to live it. It's not simply spending with the credit card. So budgeting takes care of us. Anyway, we have got many other services. We can go on.
Yeah, I can see there is a lot that's going on in Maria Ashiana, and there's a lot for people to get from here. But like you said, addiction does not discriminate between the rich and the poor, but not everyone can afford treatment. And there are so many people who need treatment but are not able to get it due to stigma or due to financial problems. But looking at specifically Maria Ashiana, what kind of people would benefit the most from the services provided there?
As I told you, young people are young people, and all are close to my heart. I love young people. Mm-hmm. Them, you give me a choice: the voiceless, the poor, moneyless, penniless, roofless, rootless, nameless. Where will they go? Don Bosco would have gone for them straight. I don't need to think twice before choosing them. And we Salesians do the same, choosing the option for the poor. So the first one is on the street children, homeless, destitutes, orphans. If they got into addiction, they got into addiction. We need to do best to get them out of it. Money should not be a reason why somebody cannot get a second chance. And that is what we believe. The universe and the people have got enough and more. Let's get it out, but let's not say no to them. So the first one is the street children. Then we have the economically poor. Can you think of the maids who come to clean a house, the watchmen, the iron person who irons, the drivers, the liftsmen, poor people, whole day they're working, maybe their wives also working. If their children go out of hand into addiction, where will they go for recovery? If they feel that it's not possible, we say, come and we can have it. And for whom it is, it's not for any age. I can't put an 18-year-old and 60-year-old. It's not pedagogy. We take from 18 complete till 30, 32, because that's an age where we can really prepare people to get into the life and the marriage. Most important is those people, not only they are into addiction, but they come to senses and they say, I made a mistake, I want to come out, I need your help, voluntarily, not threatening, I will put you into this place and that place. But those who are ready and voluntary, we take them. And our number is all over the place. You can also remember it, 9890907774, so that distribute any poor who want to come out, they can come here. Then we check out only for the medical report. If their psychiatric conditions, they are extremely difficult in different situations, we cannot handle. But if they are in the normal physical sense, they are willing to come, they are poor, they are young, most welcome. These are the only things, and it's meant only for the poor.
Right. Like even during the Akansha, even during the introduction, Akansha mentioned that there are so many rehabilitation centers that are also connected with us. But most of these places only cater to people who can actually afford treatment. I think there are very, very few, almost close to none, that cater to people who cannot afford treatment, the street children and people from slums. So I think this is really creating a big difference. So let's say someone finds out about Maria Ashiana. What is the procedure to enroll themselves? And is there any fees? How is that decided?
See, this, as I told you earlier, poor, young, willing, healthy in the sense they are not, psychiatric conditions, or any physically, where we don't have the capacity to, we are not equipped for,
Right.
They are eligible. Now the question comes, how to enroll? The first thing is, as you are watching this program, it's not for the name and the fame and whatever. I'm really spending so that you will be an angel of grace, taking my number to these poor people and just give them. And let them communicate. Do nothing. Just give this number, that is 9890907774. Give it to the poor people, as much as possible, especially from Mumbai, Pune, Nashik, and close by in Maharashtra, because we are there. They will find difficult to come. Once that is done, the family begins to contact us, and we begin to communicate with them to ascertain what is the situation, what is the problem, how long it's going on, is he willing to come, they want to know more about our services. So this goes on telephonically.
Okay.
So once we see that, yes, it needs to be, we can be taken, we tell them to go to one hospital so that medically they can check out, is there a necessity for detox? Because we are not doctors. We cannot have in-house detox. We don't take that. So if the doctor says you need to, then you have to get it done. If the doctor says, no, you can just take them and it's not, it's possible to handle, then we say you can come. Now the documents that is needed are just Aadhaar card and their basic medical report. If they have any criminal or other proceedings going on, it would be very good that they tell us, so they are, or any other sicknesses they must disclose, so that we are prepared to take care. And you asked about also the fees, or how much you have to give.
Yes.
Relative. When I say street children, when we say homeless, beggars, very, very poor from the slums, what do you ask? What do you ask? You just, we can say it's free, because they don't have. But even from a slum, if someone comes, some mother talks to me, then I say, whatever it is, don't worry about money. Because of money, your son will never be kept out. But at home, my dear, you are feeding them. You're giving soap, you're giving haircut, you're giving something, you're even giving money for drugs. Give it to me. Let me take care of them. For the rest, we have got wonderful world where we will go and try our best. So the family needs to give what is possible. Say 2,000 rupees. If you put it into expense, it does not cover much. But they need to do what is possible. If they say not possible, give what is possible, maybe 500, maybe 1,000, And there are sometimes people do come. They are ready to pay even 3,000, doesn't matter. But our focus is for the poor. There's no fees. What you can, please put it on the table. We'll work it out.
Right. Okay. That seems like a fairly simple procedure to enroll. Yeah. And the fees being flexible, I'm sure that's very useful for most people. So what is the ideal duration of stay once someone is enrolled?
So once people come, they enroll, we keep it as 4 months. Okay, 4 months period, end to end, 4 months.
Right. And what are the general steps that you follow during
I'm just explaining. So it's divided into first 15 days, first stage. Second one is 90 days, 3 months. And the last is 15 days, exit. So these are the 3 areas. So as the person comes, the first 15 days, difficult. Can you imagine a boy coming straight from addiction into a home? What about the withdrawals? What about the other problems, acclimatization? So a simple thing is, boy, sleep as much as you want. And eat well. If you want something, ask for more. And then have a walk or watch TV. Nothing serious happens. No judgments, no questions, no intakes, no outtakes, nothing. You just sleep. How much can you sleep? After a week, you'll say, I want to come out. I want to really get with them. What do you do here? Then we orient them. What do we do? What is this? This is a family, and so on. And slowly he knows about it. So by this time, the second week goes, 15 days are over. Then we're coming to the main thing, that is the 90 days program. The 90 days are divided into 3 parts. First month, second month, and the third month. What happens in the first month? In the first month, the person, we turn back and look into your life. What's your life like from the maybe conception till now? What are the experiences? What have made you what you are right now? The positive and the negative forces, the scars, the memories, the difficult situations, your belief systems, your negative beliefs that you have absorbed. Just turn and look back into it. And once you have seen that, and important thing is accept, yes, that's me. And that's me today. I'm not going to be the same tomorrow, but today. Acceptance is very important. Once he accepts, then sky is the limit. Then we don't keep on talking about past and this one, what's happening. We need a lot of healing, but we need to move ahead. And for that, second month. In the second month, basically, it is person building. It is, we said, a lot of scars, memories, rejections, and beatings, and whatever, I do not know, whatever things happen. Right now, we need healing. And that comes through the counseling, meditation, universal prayer, love, acceptance. And there are so many things, I cannot enumerate it, self-talk, mirror talk, dance and so many other things where we try to get it. Different people respond to different things at different times. You cannot put everybody into one bracket. It's like a popcorn, it's popping at different times, no? So you need to be aware of that. It takes 1 month for all these things to keep starting. It's never ending, but it's starting. And as they feel, then we come to the third part, that is creating your vision. 10 years from now, how do I see myself? Without considering what my past was, what my weakness is, what my father was, what my mother was, doesn't matter. What do you see yourself, your wife, your children, your quality of life? And then we begin to say, what does it require to reach there? If you have a lot of skills, bring it out. Let's come out. And if you need more, we will put, set targets, set time limits, 10 years, 5 years, 3 years, 2 years, 6 months. Now, this week, what are you ready to work on? So these are something very fascinating, different. I got 10 guys and 10 guys are in 10 different levels, but they're all doing it. And they can see there tomorrow, today. I can't see sometimes, but they can see it. And that enthuses them. And that's how the 3 months goes. And the final 15 days is very important because this is like a nest, nice, loving family. World may not be that. You need to be prepared. You're going to get taunts. You're going to get preached. You're going to be thrown out. You're going to get rejected. You're going to get angry people. You need to be already ready. How responsibly you move in and without losing your dignity, enter into the society because you deserve every bit of it. So, also it's a time for family to counsel because he may be transformed. The family is very, very important that they are spoken.
Right.
Yeah. So this is in a nutshell, I can say. If you want more, please come to a place.
Okay. That itself was like there's so much that goes on in the 90-day period. And I feel like there's a lot of creativity in the way that things are handled. And there's also some amount of personalization, like you said. It depends on each one's progress. So this clearly explains how the whole 90-day period is going to be for them. But what about post-treatment? Is there anything to prevent relapse? Because like they say, relapse is also a part of treatment.
See, when you get out of a hospital from malaria,
Yeah.
it never gives you a guarantee you will never get malaria again. So be careful, be careful. Mosquitoes are around, not
Right.
touching you. Well, more than that, same life with us addicts. When our boys go out, even last night we had a session, I said, don't get arrogant. I'm good, I'm out, I'm clean, I can do this, I will show you. We don't need to show anybody anything. We need to remind ourselves, this moment I am clean. I need to be aware that how we take the next moment. And it's an ability to face the challenges and the crisis that keeps you clean. It's not, just sitting and not getting out of your home. You get into the world and face the world and yet clean. And that is being on the path to recovery. But the guys, the time when they cannot face these failures, maybe in the relationship or in the work or any other situations, they will. This is called relapse. Unfortunately, we do not have that. We are very small. Financially, you laugh at me when I tell you about my numbers. We cannot. We don't have staff. We don't have the infrastructure or facility. But my heart is there. I wish, I could get more, people who are into again, start again. But right now, I must confess, we do not have big program for them.
It does sound like they're prepared for relapse during their treatment itself.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So I can see how this is very unique, and in terms of even the people that you cater to. But in terms of your approach, how do you think Maria Ashiana is different from other treatment centers?
Well, when I speak about Maria Ashiana, I really am nobody to compare, to make a statement. I can only say this is what we are. So, and if there's something good, people can take. And if something which we can correct, I would be more than happy. On that note, what I would say is it's an open house. People come, you will find our gates, it's not locked up. It's an open house. And we have a lifestyle, our educative system. We have derived it. We have cultured, we have pickled in that Don Bosco's educative system. Don Bosco, 150 years ago, when he was working with the street children, he developed this system of preventive system in the sense like a reason, spirituality, and loving kindness. Reason, spirituality, and loving kindness. So if these three are there, and your presence is there, a loving presence is there, not a policing presence, then you are qualified to work with children and young people. Reason means winning them over. Spirituality, it is dharmic, it's not a particular religion. And loving kindness, it's not threats, but loving kindness. And that is our foundation. And as much as possible, we cannot go through detox because the parents have to stay 15 days in the hospital, which they cannot afford. So they come straight here, and we are not medical people. So we need to go through that first period. It's quite a difficult thing. But our idea is to create an environment which is safe, which is loving, which is homely. Home is where we belong. Our hearts belong. You go abroad and you say, I want mommy's food. Home. Create a home. And that's our idea. So when you say that, everything changes. Then when you say home, no bell, no punishment, no threatening, no throwing out, no, so many no's go. Then what comes in? Family, secure, spontaneous, love, a belief, a trust, a forgiving. These are qualities which we try our best to put into our living here and try to make it into a home. And no punishment means it's not, you have to wait for somebody to make a mistake. But what happens is, mistakes do happen. There's a lot of things happen here, but that becomes a subject for our family to sit at night and to analyze, learn lessons, make new mistakes. Let's learn new lessons. That's a policy, and that's a punishment. And together with this, we get encouraged as much as possible. Stand for each other. Today somebody has made something, doesn't matter. Tomorrow it may be my turn. Let's accept. And the focus in our family in this therapy is not on drug or alcohol, because it's not the problem is with the alcohol or addiction. The problem is with life. So we cannot be whole time talking about alcohol, drugs, and this and that. What led you to that? Life, the breakdowns in life. So we keep a lot of sharing, and we spend our time. Our main aim is to create a family, because they're going to create their own families. So those qualities we try, I'm saying again and again, we try, because we don't have any syllabus. Nobody comes to, sit on our head, but we can always set a standard for us. We can always grow, and that's our family. So Maria Ashiana is more like a family where an addicted young person finds a place to heal. And that is the beauty of Maria Ashiana.
It does sound like a very homely and
Homely.
accepting environment. So you've been working in this area for over a decade now, right? Uh, so I'm sure you've faced a lot of challenges and hurdles. Could you just share some?
You want about the general in my all my social intervention or in Maria Ashiana?
You can tell us both,
Both.
actually.
See, in those days, as I told, 1982, a time when it was not an issue. Street children, they were collecting garbage, they were begging, they were dirty, they were long hair, unkempt hair, and millions would pass by, but they were not an entity. So as I told you, the hardship was that I just couldn't accept it. How could the world bypass such pearls, such diamonds? So I held on to it. So I managed to collect a lot of them in my last 30, 40 years of living. So the challenge was how to make a world, a human, sort of where we have a concern. We have a time period. We will come and we will go, but let's leave something. But the challenge was in that. And as I told you, I always had this problem of mobilization. Mobilization, getting the boys. Because previous to this, I set up a school for Napa Shala, means school for only the failures, a skilling place. And still I had to go around looking for people, mobilization. And even in Maria Ashiana, all this I'm saying, believe me, I still have place. It's not on waiting list. So it's all my viewers to please take my numbers to them. And finance. I don't like to collect finance, put in the big buildings and something, and start the good work. That's my experience, and that is the thing that I've seen in finance. And when you are with the street children, the homeless, the addicted people who are, nothing is enough, but you are never go hungry. But always you are like, what next, what next, what next?
Right.
But yes, money is important, but believe me, money is not everything. Each one of us got much more precious things than money. And in Maria Ashiana, I got a problem of dropouts. If they are closed institutes, whether like it or no, they had to remain there.
Right.
But if there's a craving is so much and they want to really move out or whatever it is, and they are adults and they could, and we try our best, but spend 2 more days, you can reflect, we can talk, we can see what it is, it works sometimes, but dropout also is prevalent. Message does not reach the poor people. Poor people, I don't know whether they really believe that such a place is possible. Otherwise, they would have come along.
Yeah.
But I think that's a big hardship. They are there. I'm here. I want them to come. They can't hear, something like that. And in Maria Ashiana, one of the problems that also I face in my outreach, whenever they call me, first thing they ask is, क्या आपका नशा मुक्ति केंद्र है? I say, नहीं भाई, we are not नशा मुक्ति केंद्र. फिर क्या है? ये हमारा घर है. मेरे साथ 10. So then they begin to ask. In fact, today also I spoke to someone. We begin to speak. So that word rehab, because it's more because many of them must have been put forcefully. Family wants peace. Families go through such a problem, difficulties, and they want peace. They also with the good intention of reforming. But if it's against the will, many of them do not want to. So these are some of the hurdles, you can say. But more than hurdles, what I've enjoyed is the love of my boys and the love of the universe. And there are so many wonderful people, doctors, people, volunteers, and so on. I mean, I really love that. And for me, it's not hurdles. It's a stepping stone for the next big joy.
Right. It's surprising to hear that your place is not overflowing with people already. I think it's also because there is a lot of lack of awareness, especially in the street children and the people in slums. And there is a lot of stigma also that's probably attached to right in those areas as well, which is stopping them from seeking out or knowing about all of these things. But we're all working in the same line, and it will eventually keep getting better. So, just like these hurdles, I'm sure you must have had some, some special experiences that or achievements that you cherish or think about sometimes. So, could you share something like that with us?
Yeah, when you say achievements, what achievements? My achievements are seeing children, young people growing. It's like diamonds, rough, very hard, difficult to understand something beautiful inside, takes a long time, needs a lot of patience and love, and you're there. Slowly, it begins to come out. I know I really do not keep an account of all the boys that have passed through at different stages in the last 40 years. So get a call and they say, I managed to get your number. And when they say, you remember so and so, and sometimes when they give the reference, you see, Baba, I have married. I got 2 children. And it's wonderful. You see a child from the street, you picked him up and you're with him, and today proudly says, I'm working. And it keeps happening so many times, not only from the shelter boys, but from the skilling boys. So many of them keep reporting, Baba, you give us a trade for just 4 months. So much, thank you so much. And when I ask some of them, they have put their own little workshops around the place, and they have, once they learn how to earn and taste of success, and they can move ahead. When I see all these things, and now especially with this healing addiction, it's tremendous. When I look at the parents, especially these are very poor slum, the parents from the slums, when they come, and the way they present the case, the story, what's happening, the tears, and they're falling at your feet, your heart breaks. You have no words. I can just look at them and say, yeah, keep it, let's see. But when they come for the next visit, maybe a month or month and a half, they could come and spend the day. They can't believe. The mothers have transformed. Say, my God, my son, he's cleaning the utensils, he's sweeping, he's doing this, he looks so good, he's so happy, And I say, you look so happy. And looking at this, I think you don't need any credits, you don't need any name or fame. I think that's what I could ask for. That's something which I really cherish. That I have an opportunity to grow in pain and also to see something which bloom out of it.
That's very heart-touching. So it's almost time, and I just have one more question, and someone in the guest audience has also asked that question. So I'm just going to read it out of there. It says, you are doing such a great work for all the people. Where do you get your funding from, and how can one fund your center if they want to?
Thank you, friend. Money, as I told you, is very important. Without it, nothing moves. But it's not everything. But we, at this place, we need a lot of it. But the first funding comes from our own family, that is Don Bosco. They have given the land, they put up the infrastructure, they are always with us, for the bills, repairs, maintenance, and everything. But I have made it a thing, at least for the program, let me go to the people, So I depend on people, And we would appreciate. I'm not asking for $1 billion or $1 million donation. I'm asking for whatever is possible. You know, your celebration, birthdays, anniversaries, or there's something commemoration, a death anniversary or something. Tell us, sponsor something. We will pray and we are with you. And if you want to donate, and for anyone else, for anything, even for the mobilization, please remember again my number. It is 9890907774. WhatsApp me. I will give you all the details, and I will be eternally grateful for whatever you do, not only money, but in professional help, suggestions. And one more topic I want to tell you that our guys have got, to offer. We want to offer to the others. And so thank you for that, friend, and all the others. We really look forward, not for the money, for the time, for volunteering, in whatever way you can associate with us.
Okay. So I'll go to the next question. There's someone asking, do you accept patients from Delhi or other cities or only nearby ones? If you do accept, what's the process?
I wish I could receive people from end of the world, because a boy or a girl, they are the same for me anywhere. But it's for functionality, you know, it's for feasibility. If from Maharashtra or Mumbai or something, it's close by, something happens, we need to take them, you know, contact the family, take them, it becomes a little easy. But if they are from far off place, and I am not so very strong enough to cater to that need. Otherwise, I have no reservation, because anyone who is willing, he needs, he deserves, he must be given a chance. And I would.
Okay. We can take, I think, one last question. Do you by any chance accept people who are in their 40s or above?
Yeah, this one I'm very definite. No. It's not because of discrimination or something. In the school, you do not have in the 5th standard a 19-year-old boy or a girl. Nah? So 5th standard has got a range, maybe 1 year, 2 years aage piche. No? And we, as I told you, Don Bosco, and we are for the young, especially the marginalized. So before they get into next stage of marriage, setting up a family, before, because of addiction, they ruin, we need to get them so that they create a beautiful family. So we work with people 18, now it has become 30, maybe 32, 33, but not too much. Because the wavelength, you know, when we are interacting, talking, right, teaching, we need to be with them.
That makes sense. Okay. So
I need one point, if we have 1 minute.
Sure, yes, please go ahead.
Before we end, or whatever the time is running out, our boys, and we have got one project, that is, we have a YouTube channel. It is called Abundant Life Healing Addiction. Abundant Life Healing Addiction. Dear friends, please go through it and subscribe it, because through it, with the help of our boys, we want to reach out hundreds and thousands of young people in addiction, boys and girls, immaterial of rich or poor, so that we can come out with contents that would help them and their families. Abundant Life Healing Addiction.
I'm definitely going to follow that and check out the videos. Okay, there is so much more, honestly, that I want to hear from you, learn from you. But we have a limited amount of time now. So thank you so much for giving us this time. I'm going to hand this over to Akansha now.
Thank you so much, Rajnandini. Thank you so much, Father Xavier, for such an insightful session. It was really amazing to listen to your inspiring story and the work which you are doing. And I'm sure from this webinar, I really hope that a lot of people learn about your center, about Maria Ashiana, more about it, and more people come to you for treatment, and it helps the society. So before we conclude, I'll request you to please share a message for the society, any message you have.
Message is, my dear friends and people, the Almighty has created every child in his own love and image. And they are precious, they are fragile. They come to us as a gift, and we have this responsibility and the privilege of caring for them and seeing them grow. At this process, as young people, they could deviate, and then they could break. My humble request is, whether they are rich or poor, please begin from their childhood, parenting, journeying, educating, and if they happen to fail, please heal them with love, acceptance, and care, because this we have in abundance in each one of our hearts. With that, be safe. Let us create a wonderful world, because we will pass only once this way. Till we meet, God bless you.
Thank you so much, Father Xavier. Thank you for the great message. Before we conclude, once again, it was great having both of you today. And thank you so much to the whole audience for the active participation. Before signing off, I'll just repeat one, I'll like to repeat one more time. Please first of all, please follow and subscribe the YouTube channel of Maria Ashiana, which is Abundant Life Healing Addiction. And please reach out to Father Xavier on this number 9890907774. So please do. And I hope the number and the channel, the name I have said out, it's correct, Father.
9890907774.
Right. Thank you so much, Father Xavier, and thank you so much, Rajnandini. So till then, thank you so much for everyone for the active participation, and we will be back with another webinar soon. Till then, stay safe and have a great week ahead, and see you in the next webinar. Thank you so much. Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Yeah.
Bye-bye.